Welcome back to the channel. I started making beats in early 2024, so it's been about a year now. Let's see how much my beats have improved from the ones I made last year to my most recent one. Today I want to share all the key lessons I've learned over the past year. I'll cover melodies, drums, plugins, and even some mixing techniques. Listen to a lot of music in the genre you want to make. Listening to different genres can help you grow as a producer. But when you're starting out, it's better to focus on a specific sound and style. For me, when I started making beats in 2024, Future and Metro Boomin's album We Don't Trust You was everywhere. So I listened to the album non-stop, studying the sound and even recreating some of their beats. Recently, I broke down and remade tracks from Future's I Never Liked You, which helped me level up my drum programming. Use YouTube as a learning tool. YouTube has way more high quality production tips than you might think. Whenever I got stuck or wanted to create a specific vibe, I turned to YouTube to see how experienced producers do it. Especially with plugins, if the manual is too long or complicated, YouTube tutorials make learning way easier. I also learned a lot about how producers actually make money from their beats. I'll link some of the most helpful YouTube channels I've learned from in the description. Check them out to improve your melodies, chord progressions, sound selection, effects plugins, VSTs, and even some beat selling strategies. Use sound kits to speed up your workflow. Sound kits are a lifesaver when you're low on ideas or need to cook up a beat fast. If you're going for a specific vibe or artist sound, using a well-crafted sound kit can help a lot. With loop kits, all you need to do is add drums and you'll already have a solid beat. One-shot kits, phrase kits, MIDI kits, and drum kits also let you experiment and take your sound to the next level. I recently dropped a free loop kit, dark matter-free version, featuring 10 high-quality loops inspired by Future, Metro Boomin, Travis Scott, and Lil Baby. Grab it from the link in the description. Convert MIDI regions to audio for more flexibility. Exporting your MIDI parts as audio gives you way more control. Unlike MIDI, audio files let you speed up, slow down, change pitch, or reverse them for fresh, unique sounds. For longer audio files, you can load them into a sampler to create your own custom samples. I highly recommend this if you want to push your creativity and sound design skills. Use half-step melodies for a dark, tense vibe. A lot of producers use half-step intervals to add tension and a dark feel to their beats. For example, in my track Counting Paper, I used B and C notes to create that eerie vibe. Since a minor key only has white keys, you can use B and C or E and F to easily create half-step melodies. In another beat, I used both piano and strings. Piano for chords and the top melody, and strings for simple chord tones with half-step intervals like B flat and A. These small details add a villainous, anxious energy to the track. Once I started using this trick, making dark melodies became way easier. Switch up your drum patterns to keep your beats interesting. If you listen to Holy Ghost from Future's I Never Liked You, the hi-hat and open-hat patterns stay the same throughout the track. The only elements that change are 808 and snare. Even small variations like this prevent a beat from feeling repetitive. You don't need to introduce a brand new instrument or unexpected chord progression. Subtle rhythm changes are enough to keep the listener engaged. If you're studying a producer's drum patterns, try recreating them exactly to understand how they work. Use saturation to enhance your sound. When making future type beats, I found that using saturation plugins really helped me achieve that signature sound. Saturation is basically a mix of distortion and compression. It adds warmth and harmonics while making sounds blend together better. If you listen to Future's mixtape Pluto, you'll notice a lot of distorted drum sounds. Different engineers achieve this in different ways, but for me, saturation does the trick. Here's how I use it. I apply a saturation plugin at the very beginning of my mix bus. Set it to 100% and then adjust the mix level between 5 to 15%. I personally use FabFilter Saturn 2, but if you need a free option, Soft Tube Saturation knob is a great alternative. Use panning to create space in your mix. Sounds that sit in the same frequency range can clash if they play at the same time. For example, closed hats and open hats, or piano and strings. One way to fix this is by panning elements so they have their own space. If your closed hat is panned slightly left, try panning your open hat slightly right. Same with piano and strings. Spread them out to avoid overcrowding the mix. If you're making beats or loops for artists, remember that vocals usually sit in the center of the mix. Keeping elements like 808s, kicks, and snares centered while panning other sounds can leave more space for the artist's voice. Focus on effects plugins, not just mixing, mastering plugins. There are endless plugins out there, and every producer has their own favorites. One mistake I made was spending too much time on mixing and mastering plugins early on. Learning about mixing is great, but if you're mainly making beats or loops, effects plugins will have a bigger impact on your sound. At the end of the day, if an artist picks up a beat for major placement, their engineer will handle the final mix and master. So instead of worrying too much about mastering plugins, invest your time in effects plugins that will actually improve your sound design and creativity. Cable guides, Eventide, sound toys, output, cymatics are great options. So those were some of the biggest lessons I've learned after a year of making beats. I'm still growing as a producer, but I hope these tips help you level up your sound. And don't forget to grab my free loop kit, dark matter free version, from the link in the description. Peace!